St. Abbs had a stillness about it. There was an incredible light that was orange and grey. It was quiet. There was no one about. The gulls were plaintively crying or happily singing, I don't know what. There was a smell of a sea village that came from the lobster traps and the rope. There was something melancholy and yet cheerful at the same time. Tired and full of energy and hard work. So I think I had this feeling of internal contradiction, which is so innate to human nature in this fishing village. There's something about the endless work that has to be done to make a living at sea that is very inspiring and at the same time creates a kind of empathy.
I guess what's exciting is the chance to see how people lived, and I think the unfathomable time difference of 5,000 years ago is one of the most remarkable things. And when you start to see similarities like the box beds to how we live today, even that far away, it can be quite exciting, and then you can compare those to the differences and really start to draw a conclusion about how things are connected, but also how things have changed from 5,000 years ago. Yeah, it's quite impressive that, of course, you can move such a large standing stone and set it up in a way that still lasts today. It's an incredible feat of engineering, again, achieved. It does point to organized civilization, which is something we can draw upon. We look back at engineering marvels throughout time, but none are older than this, and because of that, these are equally impressive to anything you might find in Rome or later in Britain.
loved mostly about the Fair Isle was just the fact that expanse, it seemed to go on forever. You could keep walking and you would never get to wherever you needed to go. You just kept walking. You didn't realize just how vast it was. And you could go wherever you wanted. I had a little bit of concern, the mist, so much of that sea fog was over, but as we continued on, it lifted beautifully and revealed the most absolutely stunning, beautiful coastline of the Fair Isles.
Here on Borroway, one of St Kilda's islands, is a huge colony of gannets, not quite as big as Bass Rock, but equally spectacular. From the ship, we can see the island covered with small white dots, every one a northern gannet, at its breeding colony, many of them circling round and plunging occasionally into the sea to grab a fish.
Of course, we're going to be extending our journey and finishing with 3 days in Iceland. Iceland is one of my favourite countries. There are many similarities between the communities that we get here and those that we've seen in the north of the United Kingdom. But of course, the landscape is different. This land, Iceland, is much more formed by glacial action. The glaciers are part and parcel of the warp and weft of everyday life here. There are places here where people have to live in concert with these glaciers, and as a result they shape both the landscape but also the people that live in that landscape. I think one of the great things for me personally is the opportunity to come to these places, some of which I've known for decades, and show other people them. This is not part of the usual tourist route, and the opportunity to come out here to these places and share my love of them with other people is something that's very, very special. So I'm really, really grateful for that.